Thank you.
Okay, you can pass.
Our president! Welcome, Mr. President. Welcome! Hold it together! Come on!
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem.
Just to hunt down and kill sheep. What he telling them? Oh, I'm one of y'all. I got to hunt the sheep, the clothing of the sheep, and if you elect me, I'm going to become a vegetarian. I saw another one that I had to share. The axe went into the forest, cut down one of the tree and make a handle and stick it there. He said, tell the rest of the forest. Say, you know something? I am one of y'all. My handle is made of wood. That is what the axe telling the forest. But you know what the axe job is to do is to cut down the whole forest. Watch out for them. Watch out for all them false people that come to you. Watch out for them. And when they come, you remind them. That's I tell you, remember and remind them. When I was struggling, you weren't there for me. When I was hungry, you didn't bring nothing for me. When I was poor and I needed some cash or something, you wasn't there for me. Why are you coming now? I don't know you. Sorry, I don't know you. And with that, I see the mic. Thank you very much.
Honorable Minister Indar, thank you very much for your encouraging words. Your Excellency, Mr. President, would you allow me to just say a few words before we proceed? Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to just briefly of the PPP group for several years. I started, like I said, right here in this group, and under the recommendation of Director Stephen Thomas from the Maritime Administration. On the very night that I joined, I was asked to chair the election. And from then until last night, it has been an honor and a privilege to work for this party. I have spent, thank you, myself and all the members, I remember spending many nights sleeping in front of GCOM's office, sleeping many nights inside the Grange police station to ensure that we are where we are today, working along with the party. Comrade Angie, our chairman of the party, whenever she has a cold, she will ask me to sit. Matter of fact, Comrade Angie, can you cough? I want to make sure you ain't got a cold now. Right? But I have not walked this road alone. Comrade Tiffany, Comrade Harry, Comrade Crowder, Comrade Stephen Thomas, Director, I said his name, Thomas, Comrade Roach, Comrade Roshana Odella. We have all been welcomed with open arms. When I joined this party, when I joined this Grange group, I was half the size that I am today. But the amount of 37 curries and birthday parties and weddings that I've been invited to, I joined the party because of the policies and the principle, but I have stayed because of love. Right? I feel welcome in this party. Right? If anyone is on the line, this is the place you have to be. Policies. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor and privilege to introduce a visionary a champion of development, a true advocate for the people, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Guyana, Dr. Imran Ali. From the very beginning of his leadership, President Ali has been dedicated, fostering unity, driving economic growth, and ensuring that every Guyanese citizen benefits from our nation products. President Ali.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Please have your seats. My respected elders, brothers and sisters, comrades, today is a very important day in the history of our country. Like every other day in the calendar year, the history of our country is not only shaped by an occasional day in the year when we celebrate a specific accomplishment, whether it's independence, whether it's Diwali, whether it's Eid, whether it's emancipation. Those are significant moments in the history of our country. But every single day in the year is important for us as citizens of the country. Because every single day you will wake up making decisions for yourself, your families, your community, and your country. And in making those decisions, you will always be confronted by choices. And it is your ability to understand the nature of every option that will allow you to make the best choice every single day of your life. My dear comrade and brother made a very important point in a short remark when he said that he and others joined this party because of our policies and principles. He did not join this party with an intention that if he does something wrong or he is part of injustice to others, that he expect this party to defend him and stand up for him. Because that is not the philosophy of the party. The philosophy of this party is to stand up for every Guyanese in a just manner. So every individual, every family will make choice in their life and have choices. And if your choice is to go contrary to the laws, or if your choice is to avoid your legitimate responsibility of taxes in your country, then the system must deal with you. That is not a political issue, and that cannot be what your party, the People's Progressive Party, stand for. End of September, because we have gotten all the land in Region 3 now, only shaped by an occasional day in the year when we celebrate a specific accomplishment, whether it's independence, whether it's Diwali, whether it's Eid, whether it's emancipation. Those are significant moments in the history of our country. But every single day in the year is important for us as citizens of the country. Because every single day you will wake up making decisions for yourself, your families, your community, and your country. And in making those decisions, you will always be confronted by choices. And it is your ability to understand the nature of every option that will allow you to make the best choice every single day of your life. My dear comrade and brother made a very important point in a short remark when he said that he and others joined this party because of our policies and principles. He did not join this party with an intention that if he does something wrong or he is part of injustice to others, that he expect this party to defend him and stand up for him. Because that is not the philosophy of the party. The philosophy of this party is to stand up for every Guyanese in a just manner. So every individual, every family will make choice in their life and have choices. And if your choice is to go contrary to the laws, or if your choice is to avoid your legitimate responsibility of taxes in your country, then the system must deal with you. That is not a political issue, and that cannot be what your party, the People's Progressive Party, stand for. Let me be very clear. Last night, two comrades, and they don't even know, because they are in this old mentality of believing that once you're a certain ethnicity, you're supporting a certain political party. They are in that time warp that they cannot understand that our country and our people have grown now to a position where their future matters, and they will make decisions based on what is best for their future. So I have an old friend and staff who lives in the NDC. His name is Harry. And a PNC councillor was organizing a protest out here. And she called Harry because Harry is Afro-Guyanese. And she said, Harry, I'm calling on behalf of the PNC, the AFC, and a businessman by the name of Azruddin. And we are planning together a protest when the president comes in Grange. But let me tell you, this is hometown. You can't succeed. They told Harry that we will ensure that we take care of you. I don't know how. But I've been taking care of Harry, and the PVP have been taking care of Harry and every Guyanese for almost, well, more than 75 years. We are not fair weather friends of the people. We are not seasonal friends of the people. We are not opportunistic friends of the people. We are servants of the people from the day this party was created to today. And let me be very clear. We have withstood the test of time. We have withstood dictatorship. We have withstood rigged elections. We have withstood the confusion. The confusion. Listen to this. We have withstood the confusion of different individuals and political parties seeking to manipulate the minds of people every single time they want to defeat the People's Progressive Party. Look at it. Look at the history. When the UF and the PNC collated against the PPP, we had 28 years of dictatorship and rigged elections. When they tried again to unseat the democratically elected government in 1992, and they went to the courts to shorten the term of the PPP, it was the same lawyers who were running around in the AFC and all over the place that shortened our term in office by 2 years after being elected by the people. When they did not succeed, they burned the city in the slow fire, more fire. And these are the very individuals who are preaching that they love Guyana and they love all of us. Then they came the PNC rig, PNC R1G. Then they came with AFC. Then they came with APNU AFC. Every single time. So do not be fooled. And every single time you saw what the configuration brought to Guyana. Most recently, in the last 5 years, is a reminder of what that configuration brought for Guyana. I am not here to lecture or preach to you. I am here to remind you of the facts and present you with the facts. And let your conscience do the rest. Because a journalist asked me recently, what is gratifying to you? I said, I'll first answer what keeps me up at night. If I finish a day knowing that there was something that I did not get complete, or someone that I had to reach out to, I am not able to rest. But I sleep for whatever little hours, comfortable every night, knowing I and my party and my government has given its all in that day in the interest of the people. That is why you don't see us hiding. If I have to tell Indar or Edgil or any one of the ministers something, I will tell them on cameras in front of the people. Because we have a responsibility to the people. We have a responsibility to the people. We are not in show business. We're in the business of development and in the business of bringing prosperity to every single home. Now I want to give you a simple analysis. If the chairman is managed by the General Secretary of the PPP, by Indar, by our comrade here organizing in the community, then what does it tell you? Who is he? Who would he be affiliated with and associated with? Not the PPP. Tell me now. If the chairman is sent in a community by the general secretary of the PPP, his meeting is organized by the PPP activist chairman. His meeting is being chaired by the PPP comrade here. Who is the chairman associated with? All right. Let's take another example. If, and why I use we comrades? Because it's full PPP. If a businessman goes into a community, his meeting is facilitated by AFC leaders, organized by PNC activists, promoted by PNC, AFC activists. If it's being taken wrong by AFC, PNC organizers, who is the person? Who is the person? So why should the person hide his identity? No, comrade. It is deception. And that is what we are warning you about. Deception. The deceptive nature of what is taking place. Don't ever forget the story of the betrayal of Christ. You know, the good book tells you, many will be called. But how many will be chosen? All right. Our philosophy is a very frank and clear philosophy. Don't hide. If you're coming, come. There is no shortcut, or there is no sidetrack or backtrack. In politics, you're in or you're out. Because the people must know where you stand. When we stood with the sugar workers, we stood with them on the streets. When we stood with the rice farmers, we stood with them in the fields. We didn't stand at the back of the line or in a house and say we love sugar workers. We fought alongside our sugar workers. We fought alongside workers of this country. So, that thought just came to my mind with the comment that you made. That those who support this party because of our philosophy, because of our plans and programs. And the thing that annoys me the most is when these so-called intellectuals castigate those who join the PPP, the new membership of the PPP, especially our Afro-Guyanese brothers and sisters. Always ascribing a motive as to why they try, why they join. Referring to our prime minister as a house slave. Ministers in government who are Afro-Guyanese. No. We must, in a unified voice, tell them, no, we are all part of one Guyana, all part of one humanity, all part of one citizenry, all part of the one approach to the development and advancement of our country. I am humbled with the support that you give me. when I became presidential candidate, the nastiest of comments came from them. But let me tell you something. Nothing beat hard work, commitment, and a clear conscience. You must realize all that we have accomplished with 2 years of COVID. People forget this. I want you to recall, during COVID in this region and every single region, who are the ones walking the streets and the markets with masks, hampers in their hands, going house to house, going people to people? We were not in government. We were fighting for the free and fair elections. And yet, every member of this PPP you see here sacrifice and risk their life going house to house, going in the markets, going on the roads, giving out masks, giving out hampers, helping the poor. All of these people that y'all cuss every day, and they smile when you cuss them, the local leadership. We had nothing to gain but to protect lives and to serve you and to show you we care about you. No government member was out there, none of them from AFNO AFC. None of the billionaires. It was the ordinary leaders and of the PPP and your communities and group that walk every single street and house during that period. Thank you. We stood up at markets, giving out masks, giving out sanitizer. We lost great comrades. Majid Hussein, giving out hampers on the highway, got infected by COVID, and we lost him. And many other comrades doing this work, putting their lives and our lives at stake for the people. That is the ultimate test. When they threatened to lock us up, when we were protesting at Wales for the sugar workers, who are the faces? They lock up Vikash. These are simple things that people forget. I'm not even telling you about the development now, but I am telling you to always remember when it matters who stand by you. When it matters, who is your friend? When it matters, who will go the extra mile for you? Secretary Rubio, these people are so unpatriotic. Secretary Rubio came and made some of the most important statements about Guyana, about our security, our development, our transformation, our future, our democracy. None of that registered in their head. And I want to correct the wickedness that they're doing on social media. To Mary, to Craig, is the road under construction financed by the IDB, not the Chinese. A Chinese firm won the bid, advertised by the IDB. A Chinese firm got the bid after the no objection by the IDB. And the road, as all of us know, is not completed. It is under construction. That is the road that is being built by the Chinese from Temeri to Craig, under construction, financed by the IDB. Instead of them correcting the Secretary of State, they think that's a big victory for them. What nonsensical, wrong-minded people are these? We are building highways that they said can never be built. And we have to do it in 3 years. Imagine if we did not have this Cunard Highway or the High Rose Highway. What would have happened with the traffic, boy? When they got to close the old highway now for the overpass of the bridge, what would have happened? But that is a visionless. Their brain has suffered from the concussion of dictatorship, from the concussion of their crimes of the past that they can't think. How much time must we explain the same thing? That the first phase is to put in the concrete highways so that we can get the traffic moving, and then the third phase of that road is the overlay of the asphalt. They don't hear it. They don't hear it because they have an agenda. They have an agenda. So, my friends, let us be clear on what is at stake. Let me remind you, I've done this many times. Housing, and before the end of September, because we have gotten all the land in Region 3 now, every single person who applied up to the end of 2024 will receive a letter for provisional allocation in Region 3. We will clear the backlog completely in Region 3 because we build the roads, we have now opened up the lands in Wales, the same land that they give their friends 3,000, 4,000 acres. We are taking it back to give 3,000, 4,000 families. To give 3,000 and 4,000 families. So you will get that letter of provisional allocation. You will get to go and see the development work, to see your lot where it will be. So start saving for your home construction. Let me just remind you, in the last 4 years, we have spent on housing alone in this region almost $65 billion. House lot don't appear. You have to have the foresight to invest in the land, build the infrastructure. And you know what that is? It's 1,321% more than what AP and UAFC spent in housing in 5 years in this region. 1,321% more than what the AP and UAFC spent on housing in this region alone. I remember when I was at Lenora, I first announced, the first time we announced 50,000 jobs, 50,000 house lots, and the Demerara River Bridge. The next day, I remember all of them coming out. Hear the jackass. It will never happen. Today, what is the cry of everybody? We can't find laborers. we can't find workers. More than 70,000 jobs. And we will surpass the 50,000 house lot allocation. When we started the bridge, it can't finish. They put every obstacle in the way of stopping us from building the bridge. They went to court. We offer the people more than the valuation. They went to court, not for the people. They went to court to stop the building of that bridge. Don't ever be fooled. We had to defeat all of that. And today, shamefully, they're peeping on social media every time they see a video of the bridge. The bridge is what symbolized the last 4 years. Bridging our hearts, bridging our people, bridging our community, bridging our country, bridging our future. Bridging every single segment of our economy, every single opportunity. Bridging a future that is sustainable and reliable and resilient for Guyana. In public works, go through all the streets. First, it was, oh, look all the roads, dams, mud dams. Then, look, we want no concrete road. We can't eat concrete road. This is their messaging. Then when they see that people are embracing the road, oh, the road too narrow. And yes, in some instances, the engineers at Public Works need a good walloping. Because we told them, no road must be narrower than the road that was there, and maximize the space. But that will improve too. It's phases. We have now started in this budget to look at all the urban areas so we can put in concrete drains. So in public works, we spent more than $28 billion. Human resources, human services. And what is human services? The support to the people with disability, public assistance, the pensioners, our women and children. In human services in this region, we spent almost 3,000% more than the APNU AFC in 5 years. In their 5 years, when you add it up, in the last 4 years, with 2 years of COVID, we spent almost 3,000% more. In education, remember the Because We Care grant? Never forget that they took away the Because We Care grant that we give you without oil. Without oil. Without oil, we give you that. They came in with oil and took it away. We promised that we will bring it back. We not only brought it back, but we surpassed all the commitment we made to the point that today you will be benefiting, your children will be benefiting from $55,000 per child. Agriculture. Don't forget the D&I charges, the increased land rental. And very quietly, in this region, we have spent almost $2 billion on giving your children scholarships in Region 3 alone. Sports. All the grounds we're looking at now. $2 billion. And very soon, Region 3 will have commencing your own international stadium at Grange. For a matter of fact, the design and engineering team from Qatar, and this is because of our investment in our friends and with our friends. Qatar is financing this as a gift to the people of Ghana. With the government of Guyana. Partnership that we have created. Partnership that we have created. Natural resources, tourism, every single area we have invested in this region. And look at this. We announced that long before I said, signal, that the price of electricity will come down by half, and that we'll remove the fees from the bridges. Damrar Bridge, Barbeach Bridge, and Whistle. Remember that? At Babujan. I named the date for the removal of the fees on the bridge. And if bad-mindedness was a person, it can be the AP and UAFC. Because their leaders, parliamentarian, came out and asked what financial and socioeconomic study was done to remove the fees from the bridge. Let me make it clear for her and him and them. We don't need a study to tell us how to save money for people and put more money in people's pocket and give people a better standard of living. What we need a socioeconomic study for was what we asked for. When you close the sugar industry, taking away jobs, taking away benefits, taking away opportunity without understanding the impact it will have on people. They may know about socioeconomic study then. When you're taking away from people. A fasting, otherwise I would have used a nice word. So my friends, let us be careful. As I said, I don't want to be long today. But I want to spend a lot of time listening to you. What is at stake for you in this region? One of the first things I did in COVID, when was it? The first 2 weeks in office, we walked the alignment. Within the first 2 weeks in office, we walked the alignment on the dam from Canal. And I said we will start a 4-lane highway in the middle of the swamp. In the middle of the swamp. Again, they said, listen to the idiot again. Schooner Highway. Right now we are advertising for the construction of all the bridges, all the way to Porica. And before the end of August, we'll identify all the bridges all the way to Wales to be advertised. And what is the plan? The plan is the 4-lane road to Porica and continuing from Porica with a road to the Goshen Road leading into Bartica, connecting back to Sand Hills all the way to Timeri. That is the future. The new 4-lane road going to Wales is not only about the roads. It's the opening up of tens of thousands of acres of land. The new industrial hub. Imagine this region. You have from the private sector alone. Look at the investment. 2 major shore-based facility. One completed, going into the second phase, the under construction. But in this region, you will host 600 megawatts of power for the country. 2 power plants. We will have an industrial hub with manufacturing. You will have a fertilizer plant built in this region to supply the fertilizer for all of our agriculture needs in this country. The first phase of the Porica Port development would have started. Y'all award the contract already? It's out to tender now. The first phase of the Porica Port development that will allow us to ship directly from Porica to the Caribbean. That will allow transshipment of containerized traffic coming into Porica. Building a digital service delivery system, the digital school. By 2030, you will have, well, before the end of this year, we'll start the implementation of the digital payment system. Your phone will be your wallet. You can pay for spare parts in Barbies and have it shipped down to you by sitting in your home with your phone. We will have the kiosks that you will take your driver's license with your smartphone for payment or a debit card or credit card and scan in that kiosk and get your license renewal without seeing anyone. In January, when I said by the end of February, you will get to fill up your immigration form digitally, again they doubted. Today, find out. Before you go to the airport to fill up your form. You land here, walk through. That came with vision, planning. We'll expand sugar. Whilst they don't have an idea and a clue of how sugar will survive, in 2 weeks, we will have a project launch in Guyana with a private sector entity. With a private sector entity that is going to do refined sugar. A facility for 175,000 tons of refined sugar, white sugar. Private sector investment. Whilst they're busy plotting against the PPP, we're discussing with major steel producers what it will take to move their plant to Guyana. That is the difference between the PPP and the rest. PPP and the rest. Your beautiful Damara River Bridge. It's already an iconic showpiece, not only for Guyana, but for the entire region, the Latin America, Caribbean region. Iconic. People can't believe this is Guyana. Well, let me tell those who can't believe, watch out, you have a lot more to see in the next 5 years. When you come off of the Damara River Bridge, you will have the most modern, beautiful recreational park, the Guyana-China Friendship Park, right there, where Jovera Park used to be. Your new state-of-the-art hospital at West Dem, that will be supported by Mount Sinai in the management, bringing in specialized doctors and upskilling our doctors as specialist doctors and our nurses. The new hospital at Dekendren, the 4-lane road to Wales, an industrial site, manufacturing, complete secondary education coverage, your digital school, and moving to the point where your children can do nursing, engineering, medical science, dentistry, pharmacy, pharmacy, without having to leave the region. That is a digital platform you're creating. Our support for the agricultural sector. We've invested in every single island in the Essequibo here. The last 3 crops we produce so much cassava. The year your man got cassava till now. That is why now one of the big new product is the cassava flour. And what are we doing? We're investing in cassava mills in different regions to help to use the cassava to produce cassava flour and up the value chain.
Thank you.
We have a very clear strategy and a very clear plan that would make Guyana the energy capital of the region, the food capital of the region, among the best eco-nature-based tourism destination in the region, the education capital of the region, the health capital of the region, and the country with the most defined infrastructure to support growth and development. A country in which prosperity will come to every single home, in which we will invest in different initiatives, whether it's cash grant, business support, injection more into our children education, into our pensioners, into increasing salaries to ensure that the bridge, the inequitable bridge, wherever it exists, is destroyed. And together, as a country and as a people, we grow and prosper together. I thank you, and God bless you.
Mr. President, thank you so much for that very inspiring and visionary message that you've brought us. My heart is just overflowing with thankfulness. And I want today to do 2 things before I share with you my thought. On behalf of all of the folks here, and especially the Afro-Guyanese, I want to commend you for the incredible job you're doing in this country. Let's show appreciation. You have to be totally biased and totally ignorant to ignore the love, the care, and the leadership that's being given to this country. So I just want to commend you first and foremost for that. Thank you. You may or may not remember me, but I represent Community of Hope. We actually have a friend in common. And I just want to say this. Thank you so much for helping us as remigrants to speak into the lives of the people in this country that would have been left behind. And we are literally enjoying this stage of our life because we're doing all of this for free. And we just want to make sure that this country continues to grow under your leadership. Thank you. My last thought, very simple request, and maybe it's already in process. We have a place on Old Bagot Road, 95 Old Bagot Road, right in the front of Bagotville. And just 2 weeks ago, we had a near-miss murder because someone broke into someone else's house with cutlasses, and there were screams that could have been heard a kilometer away. The reason why it was so dangerous is because there are no street lights on the road. I wrote a letter to the NDC.
Okay, I have good news for you.
Thank you.
We have completed the tendering process, and the award is on the way. Some of it have already been made. All the communities and highways will have street lights in another 8 to 9 months.
Oh, thank you. Mr. President, I rest my case. Thank you. Visiting our community here of Grange today. We in Grange and the community as a whole, we would like to show appreciation for all the energy you lead in this nation with, starting with the cash grant. All the folks in this community and the wider Guyana as a whole, surely appreciated of your effort, your energy to uplift the well-being of the people of this country. In the sector that you've entrusted me to lead, Excellency, we show appreciative of that leadership. The sector is booming.
Thomas, not cutting you, but maybe it's a good thing. You can tell them how many new captains and pilots we need, and that the government is committed to training these young people so they will have an understanding of what the growth is demanding.
Yeah, thank you, Your Excellency. Yes, currently, through the leadership of His Excellency, we need immediately like about 50 pilots, captains, inspectors, and immediately. So, with the program of the Gold Scholarship that His Excellency have enforced, that training is underway, and so in the next few years we will have a set of young men and young women to be trained as captains, chief engineers, all the sectors in the maritime sector. And despite that, to fill the gap for the immediate needs, we've identified a set of a core of men and women to join us in this sector. So we're grateful for that, Your Excellency. As I said, given the expansion of the economy, more ships are coming, very large ships are coming. We're upscaling, training, doing all we can to support the growth of this country, because without infrastructure and often the right personnel, that would stymie the growth of this country, and we don't want that. And I can assure you from my department, with the support of my colleagues from this group and the country as a whole, we're pushing that, and we're ensuring a smooth flow of goods in and out of the country. In this region, from our department, we're doing some high-tech navigational aids, some beacon vessel traffic management, all of these things, they would be based in this region, Region 3 Excellence. So thank you again for your leadership, Mr. President.
I hear you talk about the housing at Lenore there, right? I applied 10 years. I already paid 3 years. I went there last 2 weeks, and every time I go, they always said, oh, they haven't ready it yet. So can you please give me an update with that?
100%. Where's the housing officer?
I have all my documents to show
I know,
I
but let me tell you, let me just give you an example of what happened. All the houses are ready. The land is ready. Is the housing officer here? And last night I had to call the minister because I'm totally dissatisfied with what is happening in this region.
And number
And
one,
let me finish. And I give the minister, and I'm putting the minister on notice too, because everybody's on notice. I give them 1 week to ensure that all of these matters are completed, and that you have those who have to get their houses, get their keys, and those who get their land, see the land, because it's ready. I can tell you it's ready. So come now to the housing officer.
and number one, second, right? I'm a single mom of 3 children. My husband died, right? So I would glad to you assist me or the man of mission to help me build a house because I can't afford a house.
Go to the housing officer first now and get that. And the man on mission secretary is here. He will take your information. Simpson.
Thank you, Excellency. We are all very
But I'm
fortunate.
telling you, Regional Chairman, the region is in charge. Get the housing officer and the staff in your office Monday or Tuesday, and let them give you a list of all those who are waiting to see the land and get the keys, and before the end of the week, ensure it's done. You, the REO, ensure that this is done.
Thank you, Excellency. We are indeed very fortunate to have the reassurance for progress and prosperity for our nation.
Also, thanking
Yes, Your Excellency. I just would like to humbly remind you that we have some unfinished business as it relates to the land through which the Prince Bernard Highway was passed.
We know. Relax now. What are you worried about?
I've been relaxing for some time. Thank you.
You remember what the book said about patience?
I'm looking forward for the success.
All right, good. We meet in.
Thank you for all the continuous work. And I'm representing Perfect Harmony. Yes, currently we have some certain parts of the road have some holes that need recapping. In Perfect Harmony.
It's calling here?
And when they drain it, certain part of the drain.
It's calling here? All right, so Andy, y'all take that information and let's get it fixed. Okay? Look at the guy that backed up. Anyone from DNI? Lal. Look, when you finish with him, you come in front of Lal and give him the information. Okay, ma'am?
Yes, Mr. President. And also I have a reminder who will be returning soon is interested in the local slot. They already have the letter.
You have a lot of them.
Yes.
All right, good.
Thank you.
They don't hear these stories. But all of y'all here, how many of y'all got migrant family who looking to come back or looking to get Guyanese passport and Guyanese papers? Put your hand up and show them. Show them. The other day, you see, look at the hands. All over the country. Look, all over here. But if these stories don't go out, you don't want to come to something that is bad. Huh? You run into a fire, run away from the fire. Alright. Gotta be careful, you know. If you want to run away from the fire, you gotta do what the good books say too.
Good afternoon, everybody. Sir, my name is Jivan. I was at Lenore with you a couple of years ago. And you promised to give me certain things, but it never happened.
What is that? Something personal?
Huh?
Something personal?
Yeah, my house.
No. Your house born now?
Yeah.
Where?
The Grange, right to the across there.
Oh, yeah. Come to Simpson.
Well, 139 Public Road, Banfield. My name is Lilica Richards. I'm a single parent. I have a land of private land, and I have an old house on the land. I'm just asking for some assistance, please. I'm a single parent.
Alright. All the personal issues, all those who have personal issues. Where's the team? There's a team in front here that will take care of those personal. Wait, come on. All the personal issues will come in front. Community stuff.
Good afternoon, Mr. President. My name is Lafisa Arita Lane. I applied at the NDC over a year, and I keep going for public assistance. I'm single parent.
All right, that's what I'm saying. Come in front. Come in front.
Okay, thank you.
All the personal.
Mr. President, I have two questions for you. The first one is, on behalf of the pensioners, are we going to still get the electricity subsidy for 2025? And the second question, I'm from Perfect Harmony, and we desperately need lighting in our area.
I addressed lighting already, but I want to say we don't take away benefits. We give benefits and we add to benefits. So whatever benefit you're having, we'll continue to have.
The other question, Mr. President, are we going to get a second cash grant before the election?
Yeah, let me be very clear.
Good afternoon, Mr. President, and everyone here. I am Jennifer Carrington, ex-councillor for the Grange Village Council. First of all, when I was on the council, I made representation pertaining to the road and backline. I must say to Mr. Anand Prasad, I don't get to say thank you, but the road was built. I asked for a bridge connecting Unity Street and Boundville in the number 1. Subsequently, we had that bridge. Thank you. We asked for street light, I got street light. Now my request on behalf of the community is water. We have water coming in the back line and it stopped at about lot 35, somewhere around there. But I would like to have water continue going down because based on the road that we got, I told Mr. Prasad that many people wanted to build. It is a fact.
Okay, we'll get the
Check
water.
it out. We need water going way down for everybody. They're working on the road now, and I think they're making a mess. The water in the trench is stagnant. I've never seen them work since they started that contract last year. They worked last night. I don't know if somebody told them that you were coming today.
Don't worry. Don't worry. We'll get the water. That road.
All right, thank you very much. Looking forward to having the road properly done and the water.
I initially had a question about the Borough administration plans to hold its members accountable, but I can see that you have to go by your mind to say. The next question is, I'm of course have frank discussions with everybody like me, whether it be a party, AFC or so-called neutral. And I found that they have vast, very varying opinions, and they can't account for this based on individuality, but on news sources that they get information from. They'll go read one story from a particular news source, it's twisted in a small way that pushes their interest, and in reading the same story from another news source, again, it's twisted in another way, confusing the people. My question is, what does the government plan or is doing to ensure that the persons that spread this information are held accountable and the public are well informed?
That's a very good question. But that's a question also for the judicial, because
Grange part-time workers, we would like to extend our appreciation for that work. My personal experience would have been resources, meeting new women across this entire community of the Grange, empowerment of myself, some interest on the other parties, the workers. They are interested in some full-time jobs. So if you can kindly look into that for them. Thank you very much.
where is the GW manager?
Go to him.
All right, that's it. Thank you very much. Oh, you have 2 more. Yeah.
Good
3 more.
afternoon, Mr. President. On behalf of me and my colleagues from Parkwood County, we would like to say thank you for the cash that you received the other day. It was very grateful, and thank you very much, you and your staff. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, I'm from Parkwood County, at 604. My name is Savitri Brown. And at this address, I'm living for the past 15 years. Now, the east and the western side, I have no neighbors, the jungle, I could sit in there, right? It's 3 lots, east and western. I'm asking for the longest while, I put it up on Facebook. If you could get contact with you or somebody get contact with these people, just clear the land, keep it clean, right? It costs me like over 20 to 30,000 a month to clean these land, whether I spray or weed. And when the rain falls, it has no drainage. The water gets up to actually cover your ankle. Snake, we get alligator. And my mango Tracy snake. Right.
Street lights, and we don't get water. We need properly water. Yeah, right. as a dirty body. But I'm a 10-day worker for the past almost 3 years. I was placed at Park Army as a cleaner. So last year recently, they say that I'll be working at school to apply for permanent work. Me and my colleagues there, we applied, seem to be working at Park School, and we know that they need us cleaners. Every time I go there, they say they want to clean up. But yesterday, last week, Tuesday, they bring 2 fresh cleaners. And I am working for the past almost 3 years. Plus, we are asking if we could get a raise.
President, my name is Nicholas here, and my number one concern is that I'm in the fitness and health field, right? And we projecting this good objective in growing Guyana, but I'm concerned about the people health because a lot of people, especially in Park Harmony, we does not have a gym facility or a recreational ground per se where you can come there and exercise and be active. Because if we push in the country and we go forward, we need the people to be actually healthy so they can be able to participate in these movements. It doesn't make sense that you going forward and the people is not actually healthy in going forward in health-wise and mentally and academically in the sense of exercising and doing morning walks and this kind of thing, because I mean the generation is going. In the next 100 years, some of us are not going to be here, and we want to have a facility where youngsters could be able to express their talent and we can get more out of Guyana.
That is why we're investing in all the grounds now.
Yes.
We're building all the grounds and saying that they want to be involved in these things because it's entrepreneurship. But in the grounds, we'll put basic facilities for the citizens, right? The last person, and we'll finish.
Good afternoon, you.
After him, you. 2 more, and then
Good afternoon, Mr. President. Good afternoon, Chair. I'm from number 1 Canal. I'm a rice farmer, also a crop farmer. My question to you is that we have some excavators doing some farm work in the area. Farmers are tremendously grateful for it. It's a great assistance. Yes, sir. But for the past almost 3 weeks to a month, the excavators have hauled thick a haul. This is in number 1. Also, I've heard from other farmers from
that. Very soon I'll start the back, right? Let them people start back to work. So on one rate, use the single rate because you can't stop the work now. Right. So you have to look at this. Well, you have to put some arranger or something out there. You have to like that.
Because the water for the bus, take the money from the bus, you're not prepared.
So get 2 skipped in down there.
Good afternoon, Mr. President. Good afternoon, all of the executive table. My issue is, I live in constituency 6. However, the carpet that was built for pedestrians to walk, it has now become a parking lot for the owners of vehicles. I can recall having said to a young man one evening, I said, when you park your vehicle here and persons have to walk onto the roadway, I said it therefore shows that you're not concerned if they are hit by an oncoming vehicle. His words to me were, the government built this road, and if you have an issue with it, you can go and bring the government and let them tell me, don't park here. I have brought this to the attention of our chairwoman, Angie. Alvin also spoke to the young man on several occasions, and the young man was
eager that he will do whatever he wants to do.